Oh, let me turn myself on. Oh, so special, Lord. Special. Hey, good morning to you. It's going to be another hot day in Birmingham. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Hey, check on the individuals in your life. Please make sure that because of the humidity, because of the Alabama weather, please make sure that they're getting all the necessities when it comes to their health. Make sure that they have enough of liquids. Make sure they're cool, and just check up on them. You'll be surprised at how much that little bit will help them. I appreciate you for tuning in. Uh, Welcome to YouTube. YouTube, we welcome you. Thank you for stopping in on OZZz on Smash Bros. Radio. If you have not already done so, please, 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 please like, share, follow when it comes to TikTok, when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to Facebook, Smash Bros. Radio. We would deeply appreciate it. Also, if you do not know, Smash Bros. Radio is the only operational digital radio station in Jefferson County of Birmingham, which means that because of us being digital, we are worldwide. We can reach where no other places, no other radio stations can go. And plus, to download our app, you can find that on the App Store for Androids as well as iPhones. So, hey, we always here. You can always check us out. So, please, again, Smash Bros. Radio, TikTok. We're on YouTube and also on Facebook. Also, if you look, what is it? OZZz. OZZz is on TikTok. What is it? OZZz 1960 on Instagram. OZZz_show. I'm on Facebook. OZZz, and also you can find me on the AMs with Humes all the way straight across. So please like, share, and follow. So we have a lot going on today in Birmingham. The World Games have finally come. We have our guests arriving. Some have already showed up. We appreciate you. We love you. We hope that you enjoy your stay here in Birmingham because we are one of a kind. You will never find another one like us anywhere. Also, let us go ahead. Let us keep in mind that whatever opinions or whatever differences we may have, we are to put those aside and make sure that we represent Birmingham to the best that we can. Also, I have something that I want to read, and this is what really woke me up. Also, keep in mind on Sunday, July 31st at 6 p.m., how to become a real estate investor. Real estate investor, check out E2 Real Estate Solutions. E2 Real Estate Solutions. Find out the information about how to become a real estate investor. That workshop is Sunday, July 31st at 6 p.m. Let me see if I can find this letter. This is what woke me up. One of my former students, who is brilliant, wrote this, and and it's true. It's true. It's true. And so I'm going to. I didn't ask for his permission, so I hope he won't be too mad with me. But Will Harville wrote this. Good morning. I haven't said much on the subject because I've been too busy preparing, but here's my two cents on the subject. The World Games is projecting to bring 500,000 spectators and 3,600 athletes from over 100 countries. That is more than half of our city's population. This would be the largest worldwide event hosted anywhere on the globe since the pandemic. No city in the world could have prepared for this with the detrimental effects to our economy COVID had. Nonetheless, they're coming. Some of the most technological advancements in security and infrastructure are coming too. Over $1 billion in revenues are coming too. Our city is growing in a great way, and as a proud Birmingham son, I'm here for it. Last year, as I go open my business and map how I'm going to make my bag, I challenge you all to find a way to use this opportunity that comes once in a lifetime to grow, prosper, and see things on a level you have never seen before. Let's grow Birmingham. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. Straight to the point. Straight. After no other city after COVID. So this is going to be some type of major change when it comes to Birmingham, when it comes to Jefferson County. And so he hit it on the spot, and I appreciate him tremendously. If you don't know about if you don't know about Will, he has a fantastic. Uh, Let me see if I can find it. Make sure that his establishment is called Bazaar, Bizarre. The coffee bar is located. Where are you located? Located on 20th Street, I think it is, downtown. But it's called the Bazaar, the coffee bar. It's fantastic. You need to go by. He's always having some type of activity, some type of event, some type of something always going on at the Bazaar, the coffee bar. So please check him out. He has a fantastic establishment, fantastic establishment. So now we have so much going on. So because of the World Games being here, we have got to make sure that we put on the best that we can when it comes to Birmingham, when it comes to our city, because it's not only about the pathetic city hall that we have and the pussy ass mayor Randall Woodfin that we have. Is bigger than them. It's not about one individual. It's not about one group. It's all of us coming together, as Will has stated, coming together as one and showcasing what we have, showing the world exactly what we have and what we're all about. So we have the guest here. It's time for us to put on our best attitude, our best suit, and be the individuals that we are. Be the individuals that we are. We are not what people are saying, and we're not what we're projecting. Is not us. It's just not us. And I won't believe that it is us. So keep that in mind. Now, let's get to the meat of the issue. I need to find out, just for my own information, I need to find out who Jennifer and Joseph Stanley is, because they seem to have a beef or a problem with certain individuals. And so if you know Jennifer and Joseph Stanley, if you can send me in the right direction, find out who these trolls are, I would deeply appreciate it. And also the organization Hands and Feet of Jesus. Supposedly, allegedly, I don't know, Jennifer and Joseph belongs to this organization called Hands and Feet of Jesus. Now, when you start talking about certain events or certain things that are happening in Birmingham, please make sure that you have receipts to back up whatever you're stating. Because truly, Jennifer doesn't know what the hell she's talking about especially when it comes to the homeless shelter. And just because an individual says it's so does not mean that it's so. If an individual cannot produce receipts to back up what they're saying, well, then you need to keep your mouth shut, and you need to stop trolling, and you need to stop trying to tarnish somebody's reputation. Because seemingly, you really don't know what the hell you're talking about, woman. And if you're a typical white woman, a mutant, a pink, pale ass woman, you base technically the way that you're acting, you have no type of substance to yourself. You have no character. See, you're probably one of these individuals over the mountains who, because you bring your little self over the other side, over to Birmingham, and you just basically minimally do something, then you say that, well, I've done. No, you just come over here to make a show and then say to ease your conscience, but you're not really into helping the homeless. You're just doing it for show. So that's the reason why I need. I'm trying to find out what Hands and Feet of Jesus is all about, because it's a possibility that they're the type of organization too, just like the Church of the Highlands. They want to put on this front. They want to project that, yes, we're all about that, and you're not about shit. And it's wide known, and it's common knowledge. I have no respect for the Church of the Highlands, and I call it the Church of the Clansland. I have no respect for them. And I think, and I still say that a forensic audit should be performed on their books to find out exactly what they're doing with their money, because I don't trust them. And I find it really pathetic and really unconscionable and really unacceptable that you have certain brainwashed blacks that go to this predominantly white church and don't say anything about the goings on. And you probably don't even know about the goings on because there's a possibility you're not even part of the in group. And you don't ask the proper or the correct questions. And then for the city to fall down and all of a sudden give them the rights to build all these fake ass churches all over the place, that is frightening. But again, I have no respect for the Church of the Highlands. None whatsoever. None. And I'm unapologetic about that. Just like I'm unapologetic when it comes to individuals like Jennifer and Joseph Stanley, and also the hands and feet of Jesus. You're perpetrators. You just want to ease your conscience to say that you've done anything. And when in all reality, you haven't did shit. And you're not going to do anything because you think that you're above it and because you're lily white. You're part of the entitled group. So, anybody who knows Jennifer and Joseph Stanley, if you send me some information on them, I would appreciate it. And also the Hands and Feet of Jesus. If anyone is a member of Hands and Feet of Jesus, I welcome you to come on the show to talk about exactly what your organization supposedly does. Also, if Jennifer and Joseph would like to bring their little poor troll asses on the show, they're more than happy, which I doubt seriously they would do because they would rather just stay behind and just talk this shit like normal white folks, but can't back up nothing. So, it is what it is. But before you start jumping on and before you start tarnishing or trying to tarnish somebody's reputation, get your receipts straight. Get your receipts straight. Bring your receipts, bitch. It is what it is, and I'm unapologetic about that. I'm unapologetic. It is what it is. So, now, from what I gather, and if anybody has any information, it's my understanding that they're still not going to have any shelters for the homeless. Now, they try to come up with some type of shelters that have not allegedly been ADA approved. The shelters that were built with examples. I can't think of the proper term. Were examples, but they didn't have any AC in them. They didn't have any furnishing in them. They was bare. And then for that architect that's a cross between Jimmy the Cricket and a Hobbit, I think his name is Lanier. I think that he's pathetic and he doesn't know what the hell he is doing. And I don't even know how in the hell he got even elected or put on to build the shelters, because as I have stated numerous times before, 3 years ago, you knew exactly what you were supposed to have done, and why you would start all of a sudden building these shelters a week before the World Games is preposterous. It's unacceptable. It's negligence. Because if you are a architect, you should have already had everything approved, everything verified, and you should at least have started building these shelters at least in January, so that way. And then while you would put these shelters behind barbed wire fence, which is a replica or resembles a concentration camp, is again unacceptable. And then for this Hobbit / Jimmy the Cricket to have the audacity to say that, well, I spent the night in there and it was comfortable. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. So with the 2,000K, is it 200,000? 200,000K that was appropriated, where's the money? And for the materials and supplies that were allegedly stolen, was a police report written up on them? And where are the receipts? Where are the receipts for the money that was spent? And were other organizations contacted to see if they could help with housing the homeless? Was the Salvation Army approached? Was Jimmy Hill's Mission approached? Was Jesse's Place approached? Now, I don't understand the relationship between the fire station and the guy with the bald head with the big ass glasses down at City Hall. I don't understand the relationship, and I don't understand why one shelter is being favored over other shelters, but that is another topic. So, but were other organizations or individuals that have an expertise or an understanding on the homeless, were they approached to come up with suggestions or to offer suggestions or solutions on how to handle the shelters or how to handle the homeless while the World Games are going on? Now, someone, I love her to death, someone was saying that, well, why don't you talk about the other administrations before Randy? We're not, because it's my right, it's my show. I don't care to talk about what was in the past. I'm talking about now. What has a youngin' done for homeless? So if you want your own show, if you want to talk about a topic and bring in the past administrations, get your own show. Then you can talk about whatever you want to. But right now, I don't care about the past administrations and what they did before the homeless. I'm talking about Randall Woodfin. What is he doing? See, that's what people do. They always like to throw a monkey wrench, or they like to throw a detour to get you off the subject. We're not talking about the former administrations. We're talking about the administration now, which is most pivotal now. So I don't give a happy got about the past administrations. They're not important at this point. They have no significance other than what they have given to Birmingham, to the foundation that other people are supposed to build upon. So I don't care about the past administrations. Now, if you wish me to discuss it, well, then you come up with the receipts, and I compare and contrast what the other administrations have done compared to this administration. But I'm not going to do it because I'm talking about Randy right now. That's what's important to me now. What is happening now? What's not? What happened in the past is in the past. What is he doing now? And this mental negativity that we have about the homeless, we are some entitled, arrogant, pompous ass individuals to think that we'll never be homeless because we are living from paycheck to paycheck. We can be homeless at any time. Anybody, even if you're an entrepreneur and you have a successful business or businesses, if you still owe a mortgage, you can be homeless. If you're going to depend on Social Security, you're going to be homeless. So if you don't have to depend on Social Security, if you don't have to depend on, or if you are debt free, that means that you paid all your mortgages off, that that you paid all your your taxes and all that. Well, then you possibly will not. But don't even try me, because most of us are living from paycheck to paycheck. And the buildings that are being used to house your business, 9 times out of 10, you don't own the land. You just own the facility. So you can be homeless. And again, I say, if you do not own the property, if you do not own the land in which your facility, your building, your businesses are built on, you can become homeless. Not as readily as others, but you can become homeless. Any one of us can become homeless. And especially if you're parents and you have children that are active in sports and events, because you have to work, you have to be concerned about the gas. You have to be concerned about when it comes to groceries. And I can't even imagine what it's like to have teenagers at your house as well as adolescents. And this is the summertime. You need 3 refrigerators, as I've stated before. You need a refrigerator for the teenagers and adolescents. and maybe you need two separate ones, but you can pretty much put everything in for the teenagers and the adolescents. Then you have a refrigerator for the family, which the adolescents and the teenagers are never to touch. And then you have a refrigerator that has all the beverages and frozen stuff in which the teenagers and adolescents will have. And I'm not even talking about the 2 freezers that you should have that are stocked up with food and stuff like that. So you can be homeless. Any one of us can be homeless at any time. And what used to be a rainy day fund, most of us don't even have a rainy day fund, nor do we have any other type of extra. And if you do, well, then you're fortunate. And if you have investments, do you have ready cash? Are you able to pull that money quickly without any penalties? Then you're fortunate, but you can still be homeless. So don't get too pompous and say, well, I'll never be homeless. You don't know. You say, but I do, but you really don't. So any of us can be homeless. We're living from paycheck to paycheck. So the homeless at this point, at this junction, they don't even have a place to go. Now, supposedly, God love them, the mayor has said that the homeless can stay where they are, but they have to move out while the games are going on. Really? Seriously? Supposedly they have the cooling station across from Parker. Okay. But again, what is happened to the money? What is the balance of the money that was used? Where's that money? How much, what is left out of the materials that were bought? Because from what I understand, if I counted correctly, there were only four, maybe 5 A-frame shelters that look like old-fashioned hen houses. So where is the other money? Is it a possibility that the money was misappropriated? And if the money was misappropriated, who is responsible, or who can petition Danny Carr, who is the county district attorney, to do a forensic audit on the books to find out, to see if the money was misappropriated, mishandled, misused, abused? Did it go to other substances? Did it go to other individuals' pockets? Or get the state attorney general, Steve Marshall, involved to do a forensic audit on the books to find out if there's a possibility that the money was misappropriated. Because the money is out there, so who is responsible for the money? Where are the receipts to show exactly this is this? Itemized list. And was the Hobbit, was he paid from that money? Because if he was paid, then he needs to be sued for negligence and incompetence. He's a joke. That's my personal opinion. I think that he's a joke. It is what it is. And I'm unapologetic to call him a joke, a cross between a Jimmy the Cricket and a Hobbit. And where's his credentials? Who put these individuals on this committee? Who was responsible? And who are these individuals on this committee? Because they're negligent. They're incompetent. The money should be accounted for. Transparency should be there. So if you know Danny Carr, if you knew Steve Marshall, I think somebody should put a bug in their ear to see if a forensic audit can be done on the books to find out if it's a possibility that the money was misappropriated, mishandled, misused, abused, and did that additional money or did the remaining money go into anybody's pockets or any other type of activities? Because the street has mentioned that there's a possibility that there's some underhandedness going on. It is what it is. But we have to keep in mind there are two organizations, two entities that are involved with the World Games. You have the committee that's over the World Games, and then you have the city that serves as a host to the World Games. Each one has its own function and responsibilities. Now, I would speculate hesitantly that the individuals that are over the World Games, that they are doing what is appropriate and what is correct and proper. But again, when you're dealing with white folks, I don't know. I'm just speaking because unfortunately I belong to the group and I know how we are. If there's a way that we can get an extra, or we can line our pockets, we're going to do it. Look at the history of the United States. Prime example. Because this nation was not built under God. This nation has blood on its hands. So, misappropriations. Where's this possibility? Then there's a question about security. Is there adequate security for the games? Now, see, it tickles me because here in Birmingham, we have an old stadium called Legion Field. The nickname is the Old Lady. And that's where, up until some time ago, where most of the games were played until the universities built their own stadiums, and then the games didn't go. The Iron Bowl, which is the rivalry between Auburn and Alabama, was played many years at Legion's Field, and then the Magic City Classic, which is my alma mater, Alabama State University, ASU, and the wonderful university up in Normal, Alabama, A&M. It's played over in the Legion Field. But there have been individuals say that it's old, she's not useful no more, but yet you're utilizing her now. Which goes back to my premise, goes back to my statements many times before, that if, and understand that if was a fifth, will be drunk, and if your aunt had a dick, she'll be your uncle. If the white folks weren't so intimidated by a black man, Mayor Langford, if they had understood the bigger picture, then we could have had, coulda, woulda, shoulda. We could have had a huge venue, a huge stadium, a multi-purpose stadium venue that could house most of the activities. But see, this shows you how white folks don't care about nothing except for themselves, because what you used to classify as useless, now you're using. So there's a purpose. There's a reason to keep Legion Field. But no, y'all wanted a tinker-tonker because the old wasp, the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant man over 50, who were former athletes, who were never good athletes, they wanted a stadium. And because of UAB being UAB, there's certain black folks that allow these white folks to come in and have this tinker-tonker stadium, which is better than nothing, but really, it's tinker-tonker. when you consider what we could have had. A multi-purpose state-of-the-art stadium in which could have multiple usage. We could have at least 2 to 3 events, activities going on coupled with the BJCC. And please, 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 whoever is responsible or who has the authority over the uptown sign when you come from 65, 2059 going downtown, please raise that goddamn sign. Please raise it, because when they redid the interstate, they built it so that way you can only see the top of the sign, and it's a beautiful sign, and it needs to be showcased. So please raise the damn sign so that people can see it. Please. But see, again, I digress. Y'all didn't want the Iron Lady, the Gray Lady. You want it torn down or something because you said she was no use. She was no use. She has no purpose no more. But yet you're utilizing her. So you got this Tinker Tonka who's doing the best it can. It's sufficing. It's doing its duty. But again, the question of where are the funds going? How much revenue is going back to Birmingham? Because if the truth be known, UAB is a research university in the top 5 in the nation, if not in the world. Top 5. It is not known for athletics. And if the guys wanted to play football, take your ass to the University of Alabama. Have some type of agreement between if you go to school at University of Alabama or whatever. Have agreement between UAB and University of Alabama. But considering what we could have had, and I understand coulda, woulda, shoulda, but we allow the white folks to have too much say in what is none of their business, because 98% of their asses do not even live in Birmingham, much less Jefferson County. They have too much say. Too much say in what we do. And we allow them to have that say because we have a mayor who has his head up the asses of these damn white folks who wants to be a celebrity. He doesn't want to be a mayor. He wants to be a celebrity. And I hope he enjoyed his ass over at the concert, that he was more concerned about than being concerned about the shelters. And then all of a sudden he wants to say he's visited the communities and talk about the slumlords and how you should have already known that. The city council person who represents that district should have known exactly what type of condition the community's in. That's why the name brands need to go. The 2 white men need to go. The Dragon Lady, I don't, it is what she is. But the 2 white men, they need to go. The name brands of those individuals who relatives, the mamas, the daddies, uncles, were public servants who were fantastic at their job, who knew exactly how to get things done, but now they have their children or another niece or nephew, whatever, who does not have the same substance nor the same knowledge. They're useless. They only got elected because of who they belong to, their family. And see, that's another problem in Birmingham that we have. We don't vote on tickets or receipts or experience. We vote on, well, your daddy's a preacher, you're a preacher, then you're the daughter of such and such. We vote on that. But just because someone's a preacher, just because someone's dad's a preacher, just because the entire family were preachers, does not make them a good representative. And 9 times out of 10, it's common knowledge in the community that the damn man's a hoe. He's a peacock. He wants the title. He don't want the responsibility. Or they want the title but don't want the responsibility. We got to quit voting on popularity. A long time ago, back during the dark ages, back during my day, popularity and responsibility went together. The people who had the popularity knew exactly what it took, what issues, what solutions, what concerns, what solutions. They knew exactly how to rectify whatever. It doesn't happen like that no more. It doesn't happen like that. So just because somebody is popular does not mean they're going to be responsible and have the experience to run or to represent a district and know the solutions to the issues, to the concerns, to the problems, because they do not get out to visit the communities. And I don't think the city council should ever get another raise. They should not get another raise. You knew exactly what you were getting into when you were elected or when you were running and all. You should not get another raise. You should not get another raise. And if your insurance is being paid by the city of Birmingham, well, then that should stop, because all of you have full-time jobs, and your job should be furnishing your insurance and your benefits, not the city. No more raises. No more raises for the city council. No more raises for the city council, because you're not full-time, you are part-time. But then it goes back to the districts, it goes back to the neighborhoods. If you know that your council individual is not visiting, is not visible, is not knowing, has not talked to the neighborhood officers, then you don't need to hire their asses back into office. That's your fault too. You're responsible for the negligence of your community. And you should be voted out too. The same attitudes that Birmingham had during Reverend Shuttlesworth's campaign, civil rights campaign, same attitudes that Birmingham has now. You have the bougies, which are the house. You have the wannabes, which are pretty much the field. And then you have those who really don't give a half a goddamn. Same individuals, same groups, same mentality. Y'all don't like each other, but you don't tell on each other. And until the groups come together and start talking and get the emotional attachment out of it, Birmingham is never going to be one. And before you know it, you're going to have your white mirror, because the population of the minorities are decreasing and the population of the white folks are increasing. So I wouldn't be surprised in the next election after that you have a white mayor. And I think the only mayor that I can remember is David Vann. But it's everyone's fault that Birmingham is in the predicament that it's in, because we do not vote for individuals who have the experience or have the necessities or have the interest in improving the image of Birmingham or the neighborhoods or the communities. They just want the title. They do not want the responsibility. The World Games are here. The World Games are here. It's time to showcase what we have. Time to showcase. It is what it is, but it can be better. It can be much better than what it is. But it's left up to us to do what is correct and to do what is proper. That is to get individuals that are going to represent Birmingham, that will know how to handle Birmingham, and that will have the solutions to do what it needs to do. So, a review. There are not going to be any homeless shelters. The homeless can stay where they are until the the events are going on. Then they will have to leave the area. They have a cooling station across from Parker High School, and it has a historical value because that building that's on the corner was the first grocery store for the Bruno's family. The Bruno's family, the Bruno's grocery store started in Smithfield Project, or Smithfield, right across from Parker. That's where the Bruno's family started its legacy, there in Smithfield. So that's where the cooling station is going to be. The mayor has finally gotten off of his ass and supposedly, allegedly, has gone through the neighborhoods and has seen how the properties are not being maintained, and he has threatened the property owners to do whatever. No one questioned the diagram or the designs of the homeless shelters. There was no air conditioning for them. It was totally bare. Then you have trolls such as Jennifer and Joseph Stanley, who wants to come out and try to be a white savior. And we've got to quit. Everything white is not right, is not correct, not as proper. And all white folks are not going to be the saviors. They talk from the sides of their mouths. They have no receipts. And just because somebody tells you something doesn't mean that it's so. You need to ask, well, where's your proof? Where are your receipts? So Jennifer and Joseph, sit your asses down. Hands and feet of Jesus, who the hell are you? Where are your receipts? What have you done? The money that was allocated for the shelters, what is the balance? Who is responsible for the balance? Where is that money? Danny Carr, the district attorney for Jefferson County, Steve Marshall, who is a state attorney general. Someone needs to do a forensic audit on the books to find out if it is a possibility that misappropriations have been committed. And those individuals that are responsible for that money should be held accountable. And again, the World Games are here. So up and after the World Games, while the World Games are going on, I am not going to even mention a negativity about Randy, Randall. Get out, support, enjoy yourselves. Understand you have a lot of individuals coming from out of state around the world. Please make sure that you wear your mask. Make sure that you stay hydrated. And let me end one more time by reading what Will Harville wrote. It says, "Good morning. I haven't said much on the subject because I've been too busy preparing, but here's my 2 cents worth on the subject. The World Games is projecting to bring 500,000 spectators and 3,600 athletes from over 100 countries. That is more than half of our city's population. This will be the largest worldwide event hosted anywhere on the globe since the pandemic. No city in the world could have prepared for this with the detrimental effects to our economy COVID had. Nonetheless, they're coming. Some of the technological advances in security and infrastructure are coming too. Over $1 billion in revenues are coming too. Our city is growing in a great way, and as a proud Birmingham son, I'm here for it. Lastly, as I go into my business and map how I'm going to make my bag, I challenge you all to find a way to use this opportunity that comes once in a lifetime to grow, prosper, and see things on a level you have never seen before. Let's grow Birmingham. Fantastic. Fantastic. Check Will out at the Bazaar, the coffee bar downtown. Enjoy yourselves. Let them know that I sent you down there. But again, the World Games are here. We have to put on a good face. We have to project the positive aspects of Birmingham. Whatever disagreements we have, whatever opinions are, can't show them, cannot showcase them while the World Games are going on. Guests are here. Sit your asses down. Be nice. Be cordial. If you want to get your ass in trouble, go over the mountain and start some mess over there in the white folks' neighborhood, but leave us alone. World Games are here. Birmingham is in the world's eye. And we can do this. We can do this. We can do this, and we're going to do this. We're going to be successful. We're going to come out of it more powerful than when we went into it. So, I appreciate you for coming on and letting me in your house, letting me in your world. I'm OZZz, Smash Bros Radio. Again, if you have not done so, please go like, follow, share. Smash Bros Radio has an Instagram account. Smash Bros Radio has a YouTube account. Smash Bros Radio has a Facebook account. Smash Bros Radio has an app that you can download off the app store for Android as well as iPhone. OZZz has a Instagram account, OZZz_show, has a Facebook page, OZZz, also has a Facebook page, all straight lowercase, the AMs with Hume, as well as a YouTube, as well as TikTok, OZZz1960, as well as Twitter, OZZz. So please like, share, and follow. I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Again, check on those individuals to make sure that they are adequately taken care of, that they are cool, that they have the necessary liquids, and let them know how much you appreciate them. Know your value, know your worth, know you're the one who controls everything about you, and most importantly, know that I love you more than I love my luggage. I will see you Friday. Y'all take care. The live stream on the show. On the show. The live stream. On the show. The live stream. The live stream on the show.